So what is up, guys? Silver Warrior here, and today I want to make a video discussing why are silver nickels so cheap. So, I've honestly never paid a premium on silver nickels. I've never paid above melt. In fact, all my junk silver I've always paid below melt for, but silver nickels is the easiest for me to do that with. Notice why I have 373 of them right here. It's because of the fact that out of all junk silver, I find this one the easiest to buy. I've bought around a full roll of mercury dimes before, and I got all those for under melt, but it took a while to find enough deals to pay under melt for that many mercury dimes. You know what I mean? With silver nickels, I can order large quantities and they go for under melt in auctions on eBay. So why are they so cheap? Well, there's many reasons I believe that this phenomenon occurs. First of all, they're not desirable at all. Out of all the junk silver the U.S. has ever produced, they're the least desirable by far. No one even knows about them. I mean, people who are hoarding silver think, you know what? There's already, like so few people that even realize that silver from 1964 and before silver, and that I don't agree with. I believe that there are enough people in an economic collapse, there would be enough people who knew about that silver to realize, you know what? Yeah, this is something that's worth trading. However, for every 25 people that know about that, there's probably one person that knows exactly the years that silver nickels were made. A lot of people think that all nickels from 1964 and before are silver, or they just think that no nickels are silver. They don't realize the way that it works with silver nickels, and which obviously is 1942 through 45, except the Philadelphia Mint, which isn't all of 45, because the Philadelphia Mint switched around like halfway through. And there is an easy way to distinguish them. I will discuss that in another video, but I'll briefly just say the way to tell the two apart is from the back of the coin, in case you're ever wondering. Just look at the back. I will make a video comparing the two and discussing it, because that is definitely an important piece of knowledge to realize. But anyway, so silver nickels, nobody really realizes what they really are. And the fact that they're 35% silver, they have the least amount of silver out of any U.S. coin ever produced for production, even beating out the 40% Kennedy half dollars. And the thing that makes these interesting, though, is most silver does have 90%. Right? I mean, all of their silver coins, for the most part, were 90%. However, one of the reasons why nickels weren't silver is because U.S. coinage was set up on a basic standard of, silver to face value ratio, where basically for example, 5 mercury dimes should have as much silver as 1 silver half dollar. Okay? Same face value, same amount of silver. Nickels, on the other hand, since they're a different size, violate this. And even though they're only 35%, 2 silver nickels has about 1.5 times the amount of silver that 1 mercury dime has. So, in terms of face value, silver nickels, I believe, are the best, honestly, investment if you were going based on face value. So, like, I know that a lot of those lots on eBay, be like 1 pound of silver, but it'll have silver nickels in it. Be like 1 pound of coin, so not 1 pound of actual silver. They'll have nickels in it, but if you ever see one with face value, nickels are actually a better thing to have in there due to the fact that their face value has a higher amount of silver, which is something people don't realize, that even though they're only 35% silver, they still have more silver than their face value, equivalent in mercury dimes or whatever else. And the only other coin that violates this besides the 40% Kennedys, I believe, is the silver dollars. Anyway, though, to get back on topic here, the silver nickels aren't desirable because they're low melt, low melt value in terms of their total weight, low silver percentage, and not many people realize about them. But the big thing is that a lot of people might think at first, well, if they're so cheap, right? Silver nickels are always going for under melt. Why not just buy a bunch of silver nickels, melt them down, and boom, I can make my own poured silver. It's cheaper than silver shot because of the fact that I'm paying under melt for the silver, and I can make a huge profit. Well, anyone with enough common sense will realize that's not a feasible plan. Silver shot, the reason that you buy it is because when you melt it down, that's it. You melt it down. It's pure silver. That's all you have to do is melt it, and you can pour it into whatever shapes you want. However, when it comes to silver nickels, you have to evaporate out 65% of the material. So it becomes an extremely difficult process when you're separating out all the other metals that are in here. It's not just silver and like one other metal. It's like silver, zinc, copper, iron. It's a bunch of metals in there that you have to separate out from the silver. So they're extremely difficult to melt down, and I believe that it might also be illegal. Now, I'm not sure exactly on the regulations. I know older coins are not illegal to melt down, older silver coins. However, these coins retain the same design as the modern nickel, so I believe that it might very well be illegal to melt them down. I certainly wouldn't test it. I know copper pennies are still illegal to melt down, even though they changed the composition of it. I think these nickels still, belong technically to the government, so I don't think it's legal to melt them down. However, they are a cheap way to invest in silver, and I have a plan for them personally, so I already know what I'm going to do with them. But yeah, they're not desirable coins at all. Just a really good way to store a lot of silver at once, and yeah, I mean, if an economic collapse were coming, obviously you'd switch them out for other coins. Although one point that a fellow YouTuber, Redshift, brought up was that they have less silver than a mercury dime, so they're better bartering pieces than a mercury dime, or lower bartering pieces. And since you can get them for under a melt, it's an extremely good way to barter in an economic collapse, because of the fact that, one of these might get you that loaf of bread you need, but a mercury dime, you might be forced to get 2 loaves of bread when you don't need it. But I do hope you enjoyed the video, and that is it for this one. Peace, love, and much respect.